Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share all the messages that I get from Spirit with you to help you on your journey to unconditional love. Back to love of yourself, primarily, back to love of each other, the universe, everything. And as soon as you are stepping into your full God, Goddess power, spreading golden stardust everywhere and moving more and more and more into the love vibration, that is the time when your unions can come into place. So I'm being guided to set up this channel to help people be in the right vibe for their unions to happen, to come together for a union. Because, first of all, I'm just going to say, if you are a twin flame, you're a sturdy soul, right? There is no way that you wouldn't have signed up to it if you couldn't do it. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it's already written in the stars. If you're a twin flame, it's your destiny to be together in this physical reality. If they are physically here with you. If you're a twin flame that has yours in spirit, then perfect. They're already guiding you. But if you're both incarnated here on this earth, then you are destined to be together. And the universe and the divine sources will be doing everything possible to bring you together. So I've had quite a few emails from people being like, oh, is this just a, questioning it and all this stuff. And let me just tell you, there is no way, again, so I'm just going to repeat, you are a sturdy soul. You agreed to sign up to this. So the universe and divine forces will do everything in its power to bring you together in your physical reality. Because you're here to literally raise the planet in love, right? And by raising the planet in love, then you change the way that people view the world. And look what's going on in the world at the moment. We absolutely need that change. So you are here for a reason. You signed up to it for a reason. So don't let your head get in the way of your heart. Your heart holds the secrets to your soul. Not only that, but your heart holds the secrets to your journey home. So as soon as you start letting your mind getting in the way, you're detouring off your track, okay? You are totally doing a big U-turn. So what you have to do is stay in your heart, listen to what your heart is telling you and your inner guidance, because that is your fast track home. That is your fastest route back into your twin flame reunion. Okay, and the other thing is love yourself. So two things. Fast track is to love yourself, like every single part of you, unconditionally, all of you, and to love everything around you, and to love every part of your day, to spread golden stardust energy everywhere, to lift up the planet in love, to have intentions that everything you say, do, feel, act, every single day will bring you closer into your union. Okay, so with that said, this is just a note to show how much our higher selves are working together to help us on this journey. So if you're signing up to me for healing, if you're coming to me to join the crystal grid, I've been saying that it's all our higher selves that are working together to produce these messages to keep us on the path. And this is just an amazing example of how much that is actually true. So I had stopped doing card pulling because I get so many messages all the time from the universe. I felt I don't need to, right? But last night I was drawn to do a 3-card pull. Basically for the feminine, we get the Hawk. I use the Wildwood Tarot because I'm very drawn to shamanic healing, and the crystal grid has the forest lovers at the heart of the grid, which means that your lovers entwine together round the oak tree for eternity. So here, the feminine was the hawk, the masculine is the foundation of life, and the crowning energy is the great bear, which I love. So I'm going to tell you why this is so amazing that these cards represent where we are, because I have had divine feminines contacting me talking about that they keep seeing the word nest or nesting. Now, what does nesting do? Well, birds create nests and they create them high up in the trees because they can see the big picture, right? And what do they also do? They fiercely protect their young and they love without fear, right? So I'm just going to read you the book meaning of the hawk, because very amazingly the word nest is included. So, quick, graceful, and a master of the element of air, the hawk is symbolic of vision and power, the ability to fly and nest at high altitude and see prey and hunt from a great height brings a special reverence to this majestic and fearless creature. The Knight of Arrows is a champion who rides to defend and uphold beliefs for himself and on behalf of others. She has clear views and opinions and makes a good advocate for those who have no voice. She is a friend who is never downhearted but always energetic and spontaneous. Right, so this is perfect because if you are holding or you're watching this video, then you are the one that is aware of your energetic pull on the divine, on your divine counterpart, and you are aware that you have to live in the love vibration, which is why you have the big picture. You can be the bird that sits up above and can fiercely love no matter what, because you know that you can see the big picture. Because if your divine partner is a bit nervous and a bit kind of like frightened to love, then you have to love for them, because don't be frightened to show your love, okay? So the other thing is, and this blew me away, literally. I was asked to do a healing for a lady yesterday. She came to me. She wrote her twin's name down. She then came back to me and said, oh, why have you spelt it with 2 L's? And I was like, oh, it's just a typo, I don't know. Anyway, so I was drawn to these cards to pull a card for the Divine Masculine last night. In this write-up is actually the twin's name, which I was so shocked to see. I could not believe it. And it has the actual spelling as well. So I was like, no way. Well, that just goes to show how closely the twin spirit is with us. So I'm going to read out what it is that the Ace of Stones and the Foundation of Life means. So, a tall Liechtenstein rock erupts from the earth, shaped like an ancient spearhead. It is covered with painted cup and ring designs. At the centre is a familiar labyrinth design, which has appeared on other cards throughout the pack. Behind it, the trees form a respectful circle. The most potent act of the mind is to conceive of an idea and manifest it into practical material reality. This means being able to formulate and marshal your thoughts to bring about a real world change or transmutation of a wish, dream or desire, making it physically happen. The concept of the material world as a solid, unchanging thing has evolved with our understanding of the cosmos. Human beings seem unique in their ability to interact with the material world and yet have a foot in the other world of the mind, imagination and creative will. To be connected to the earth and the power that resides there allows us to draw from this primal source and direct the power of our minds to create changes in our world. The concept that the realms of matter and the realms of the mind are totally separate and detached is now outmoded and verifiably untrue. The primal rock is decorated with ancient cup and ring markings to express the emergence of creation and the cycles of energies within the universal consciousness and the still and stable point from which to plan and empower your life, fulfilling your material dreams. So, how powerful is that? It includes the name of this particular lady's divine masculine, and she asked for a healing yesterday. So it's a very straight away, I was like, okay, this is the message definitely from the divine masculine, that they are wanting to materialize the dreams that they have hoped were out of their reach into their physical reality. They are now starting to understand that they have the power to create the life that they really want, right? And that is you, without a doubt. So the crowning energy that sits above the union is the Great Bear. And the Great Bear basically is the judgment card in the traditional tarot. So it is where they are judging and wanting to progress to a more fulfilling life, right? So it's the universal mind. It's the wanting to do the right thing. It is knowing that there is a cosmic law and there is the universal love, and they want to step forward into that. So I'm just going to say that it's, it's a beautiful thing, because actually Nothing is ever forgotten, right? They know their love for you is eternal. So it's an amazing, amazing thing, because we're nesting, we are loving without fear. They are stepping forward into their power. And above us, we have the universal law and cosmic law overseeing the whole union. So a beautiful, beautiful reading. So I thought I'm going to share that, because it is definitely divinely inspired by divine and feminine, divine masculine and feminines that are coming to me for healing. All of our higher selves working together. So please do join in the fun and come to me for healing, or join the Crystal Grid. All details in the link. Okay, bye.